Body show, it's your boy Third Eye Reuben. I got the IUIC in the building. My brother Captain Joel was in the building.
Sir, shalom.
Shalom, brother.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother, man. Been a little minute, but you know we like to build when we get together.
Yes, sir.
No doubt, brother. So, what you got for me? It's been getting crazy out here, man. It's like World War III coming in. What you got for me, man?
Many different things. Like I said, I wanted to build on our previous conversation. I know we touched shortly on music.
Yes, sir.
And the power of music.
Wow, yes.
And I know you appreciate that topic, given that, you yourself are a musician, dealing with music, all aspects of it, given no radio show. So I said, let's go a little bit into that topic.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
What you got for me? Let's go.
Okay. It's gonna get a little bit deep.
Oh, we love it.
A little bit deep, because I know we briefly spoke about in terms of Lucifer, and you hear a lot of people toss around the saying, or this is a fact, not a fact, just people just toss around saying that Lucifer was one of the most beautiful angels, and he had control or power over music.
The most beautiful is angel.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they
exactly. That's what they say.
But we're gonna clear things up just a little bit. Okay. So just to get into a little bit, if you look at music has always been utilized as an instrument, a tool that's used from the beginning of time to evoke emotion, alter one's characteristics, their personality, as well as the mood, tap into the deep subconscious of the mind. And we can see that by the very vibrations, as well as the frequencies that's put out, you have music in the hand of the wrong people could actually manipulate a person, their thoughts, their characteristics, their personalities, as well as their actions.
Music puts you in a whole mood. It can change your whole. You could start your day to something and feel that way the whole day, depending on what you're playing when you wake up. I feel you.
Because I'm a musician. Obviously, I've been playing instrumentation as far as violin as well as piano since I was 8 years old.
Wow, that's great, bro.
And I went to high school for music, so I used to compose actual musical scores.
Oh man, we might got a job.
Yeah. From in the instrumentation, putting together the string quartet. Full orchestra with the brass, the winds, going into all of that. So I understand the power of music and the ability to manipulate one's personal or their mood swings, or even putting them in a relaxed state, a deep state, or even whether it could be, you have different types of genres of music tended to the different spirits within your mind. See, the white man understands the science and knowledge and power music has and the ability to alter one's subconscious. He understands that the spirits that lie within. For example, can you get me Mark chapter 7, verse 21? It goes deep, man. I love music. Everybody loves music. What is music? What is life without music?
I mean, music touches the soul.
It does.
You can hear certain songs that it can take you back to a moment in time. You know what I mean? You feel it in your spirit, like, man. You know what I mean? Music can make you cry.
It can.
Yeah, so you definitely feel music. But I hear you, brother.
Check this out. Get Mark chapter 7, verse 21.
Mark chapter 7, verse 21. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts.
So within the deep subconscious of the human mind proceed evil thoughts. So those spirits are the actions that we act out on, like such as adultery. Adultery starts as a thought before it becomes an action. Before you see that sister walking down the street with the fat ass, with the big thighs, the breasts, everything that you lust after, that started as a thought before you decide to act on it.
And that's the sin, the thought.
The sin starts with the thought. Go on.
Fornication,
having sex with multiple women at the same time. Bestiality, homosexuality, lesbianism. These all starts as thoughts. People say you're born a homosexual. Some people was born a lesbian. No, it's a thought. It's a lust that you decided to act on. Can I say that I was born a murderer? People say no. They'll argue that.
They try to even say it's genetic.
Yeah.
Your father's a murderer. You're a murderer.
Exactly.
He's a robber or whatever. I understand exactly what you're saying.
So no. So that's for some reason they tend to dwell on homosexuality being within your genetic coding. No, that's not the case. That's a lust that you decide to act on. So these are all thoughts. Go on. Fornications, go on. Murders starts with anger, starts with thought. Hatred, go on.
Thefts,
Stealing, go on.
Covetousness,
go on.
Wickedness,
go on.
Deceit,
read.
Lasciviousness,
Evil sexual desire, read.
An evil eye,
that hatred for one another, go on.
Blasphemy,
read. Pride, go on. Foolishness, read.
All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
So I will say the white man or the powers to be, you have the scientists, these philosophers, understand the science behind the human psyche.
Yeah.
They're the masters of human psychology. They understand. That's why they've done many experiments.
They write the books.
On
it.
Yeah. So they studied the mind and they did many experiments on us in slavery and they perfected it. That's why they say that when they relinquished us in slavery, they say Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. No, he didn't free the slaves.
You know, bringing that up, I know it might be a little bit off topic, but just how you said they do experiments on us, it was something that came out in for Philadelphia about Holmberg's prison in the 1960s and 70s. They was doing experiments on the black prisoners that was in there. The city of Philadelphia just came out and apologized about doing medical experiments on the inmates. So that's so real. That recently, it ain't really pick up a lot of track or whatever, but that literally happened. They said they was doing experiments on the inmates.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, that was crazy.
We're gonna check that out and we're gonna expose it too.
Yes, brother.
That's exactly what we're gonna do.
Yes, sir.
So we'll talk a little bit after so I can get the information.
Okay, no doubt.
But the white man or the powers to be, with their science, their knowledge, their philosophy, the philosophers, they have the information, they have the understanding of human psychology. They're the masters of psychologies. So they understand that there's certain frequencies that they can tap in or they can manipulate, or certain sounds that can evoke certain or illuminate certain spirits that lie within. And that's why they play on it within the music. That's why you listen to DMX or Eminem fight music. Why do they call it fight music? They understand about the frequency, how fast they speed up the music, how many BPMs. What type of spirit it can evoke within your mind, your psychology.
Exactly. The vibration.
The vibrations. Or if you go to a spa, think about it. What type of mood does it put one in?
It's like a soothing.
A soothing?
Yeah, they try to soothe, relax you. You know,
relaxed state.
Little nice.
There's certain music, there's certain instrumentation that they utilize in order to put you in a deep meditative state, so that you can be relaxed. Or, and you look at it, and it also shapes your characteristic. For example, a classical musician.
Right.
When you look at them, what type of characteristic or personality do they portray usually? They're more so classy. You see them wear suits, go to Starbucks, speaking a certain way eloquently, or there's certain characteristic of personality comes from classical musician.
I know exactly what
you see what I'm saying?
I got you.
Or you see a jazz musician. What type of personality comes out of them?
Exactly. It's certain type of vibes that you have for different type of music. You conduct yourself in a certain type of way to your audience, what resonates with your audience, what they get from you, based on that music that you're putting out.
Exactly. It alters your mood, your personality, as well as your characteristics. By tapping to the deep subconscious, and it changes the whole frequency of vibration. And you have like jazz musicians. They speak like, yo, man, yo, that cat. Yo, man, we just trying to do this and that. You know what I'm saying? They're real cool. They laid back. They wear the hat, the kangaroo hat.
And all that, yep.
They don't really wear name brand. They wear plain clothing. They don't wear really dress or live lavishly. They're like really cool and laid back. You have a rock or punk artist. What do they use? Black.
Tight
wear a lot of black.
And,
tight clothes. You got the emo. Or you have hip hop. This is the type of style, a dress code, or swag, or talk.
Yes, sir.
That goes with that, a lifestyle that goes with that. Now you have also today we call it drill music. Drill music, when you listen. I never really listened to drill music until recently. I heard of it, but for some reason, like when I first started hearing it, I just want to move. I just want to. I'm like this. I'm like hype. I'm hype. Like
my hops.
You want to fight?
You the guy who hops. You still looking for him? Get right in the corner. Like, for real, though. But I feel you. It's a whole different... They catching a whole different type of vibe than we core. Even though, like, my era, we heard music and it was gangster rap and it was certain things, but it was also... It was telling you about their experience and tell you the things that they learned and maybe how it went or whatever, but you could get something from it. This is just... I'm wilding on my ops.
Mm-hmm.
Bang, bang. Even the little girls down with it. You heard about the 17-year-old girl robbed the boy, shot him, and they from Philly. I'm Pottstown. Man, Philly is...
Yeah, no, it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
But it just shows you the power that music has on an individual. Mm-hmm. That has the ability to shape and mold you as a person.
Mm-hmm. And the effect that you can have putting out music and the things that the power of the voice and the things that you putting out into the universe and how can it actually affect people.
Yeah. Check this out. Let's go to Genesis.
That's facts.
Let's go a little bit to the beginning. Because, like I said, when our people got to realize, as an artist, as a musician, as a producer, as an engineer, you have the ability to affect people positively, spiritually, and actually change one's mood for the better rather than negatively. And we all have a choice. It depends, like I said, what you presented and the choices that you make. And the choice that you make could affect the greater good. Get that? Let's start at Genesis chapter 3, verse 24. We're going to go a little bit into the garden.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 24. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims, and a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life.
So the man that was driven out of the garden was Adam. Because after Eve sinned and brought that sin to Adam, Adam listened to Eve rather than corrected her. Therefore, he was kicked out of paradise.
Right.
He was kicked out of the garden. So it says, after he was kicked out, it says he drove out the man and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden. I want you to keep that in mind. He placed Adam at the east, of the Garden of Eden. Go on. And place what?
And placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims.
Cherubims going into angels. Go on.
And a flaming sword, which turned every way.
So the cherubims used... It was an instrument, a flaming sword that was able to turn you every way. Now, it's not literally talking about a flaming sword. Go on.
Which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life.
So the flaming sword, you know what I want, right? Read that. So the flaming sword was used to keep every way from the tree of life. The tree of life is going to the tree of immortality. From Adam, from attaining that knowledge or information in order to get back to where the state that he was in the past.
Yeah.
Meaning Adam was a god. Adam was immortal. So you have angels, you have certain type of angels, evil angels that was set up to keep Adam from obtaining or reaching that state, a God state of being immortal.
Evil angels.
Evil angels, I'll say it again. And they use a flaming sword. Read that.
Psalm chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord. Disappoint him. Cast him down.
Read.
Deliver my soul from the wicked.
Deliver our soul from the wicked. Go on.
Which is thy sword.
Which is thy sword. So God uses the wicked, America, the world's superpowers, he uses him to execute his judgment on our people for our disobedience. So back then, you have those evil angels that were set up in the east part of Eden to keep Adam from attaining immortality, this flaming sword. Just like, or to cause, their job was to cause confusion. Just like today. For example, you have the Bible right before us. But you have all types of confusion before us. You have Christianity. It's meant to keep us from obtaining immortality. Because Christ says, if you love me, he says, good master, what good thing should I do that I may have eternal life?
Before they was Christian, they was Hebrew. They was Hebrews
exactly.
Following the same law. You know, it just changed.
Exactly. So he says, if thou way enter into life, keep the commandments. So as easy as it is to enter into immortality, to obtain eternal life, all you got to do is keep the commandments. You think that's something simple. But you have people that are set up, wicked spirits that's set up on this earth that's being fed information how to keep us from obtaining the tree of life. Or they coming back to that former state of immortality, the flaming sword, such as your eugenics tree. You have philosophy is a flaming sword. You have the educational system. You have the medical practice, the medical field.
Definitely, all those things is becoming uncovered about the pharmaceutical and everything like that.
Exactly.
All right, no doubt, brother.
So you got the eugenics tree. So you have education as a flaming sword. It's an instrument and tool to keep us from attaining immortality. It causes confusion. Confusion from knowing who you are, where you came from, your nationality, your identity, who your fathers were. Or even Christianity is one of the biggest flaming swords that's used to keep us in confusion.
Right.
You have the educational system, you have politics. It's used to keep us in confusion. There's many different factions and mediums of the government that's set up to keep our people lost from attaining a former state of immortality.
Right.
So the spirits that was utilized back then to keep Adam from attaining immortality is the same spirits that's used today to keep us in confusion. You have the sexual orientation now. It's a flaming sword. You have the feminist movement. It's a flaming sword. Mm-hmm. You have the drug epidemic. All these things are tools that's used to keep us in our low conditions, to keep us lost. All so right, check this out.
Go ahead, brother.
So now, Adam was drove into the east of Eden, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, let's go to Genesis chapter 4. Start at verse 7.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted?
So God said to Cain, if you do well, meaning if you keep the commandments, should you not be accepted of me?
It's a Cain.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
Meaning, if you decide to go outside or opposition for what I taught you to do, sin lieth at the door. Go on.
And unto thee shall be his desire.
Meaning, sin lieth at the door. There's many different doors. Meaning, you open one door, it leads to another door. And the doors go deeper and deeper and deeper. The rabbit hole goes deeper than the sin that you started off with. You might start off with adultery. The next thing you know, you diving into homosexuality.
Yeah.
Transgenderism.
Yeah.
Now you're a pronoun. Now you're messing with transgenders. Now you're messing with he,
pronoun now. Yep.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Him, they, she, little penguins.
Yeah. And people understand the effects of sin. You look at sin on the surface level, if I'm just dabbed on this, it's not going to affect me. No. You dabbing, you ain't, like, for example, you holding a grudge. The scripture says, if you have aught with your brother, before you go to the altar, before you bring your gift to the altar, go and make amends with that brother first. By you holding grudge, being bitter towards a brother, what happens? You allow anger, the hatred. From hatred, murder.
Yes, sir.
Now you're on a block, shooting up the block, doing drive-bys, being a terror within your own community. Because why? You didn't know how to control that simple thought in your mind. You didn't understand how to deal with your emotions and how to deal with that brother on that issue you had. That's sin lying at the door. There's many different doors to sin that leads to different sins.
Yeah.
Now go on.
And unto thee shall be his desire.
And unto thee shall be Satan's desire. Meaning, rather than God having control and rule over our life, Satan is going to have control and rule over your life. Your decisions that you make is not going to be your decisions. It's going to be the decisions that Satan placed in your subconscious that you're going to act on. Because why? You have nothing to really keep you afloat consciously.
Right.
You have no real structure, no morals, no standards, no principles, no values. And that's why the world's in the state it's in today, because this world is in an immoral, imbalanced, unjust world.
That's facts.
Now let's go down.
And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord.
So this is after he was judged.
Okay.
He went out for the presence of the God. Because why? He was in the presence before. He was keeping the commandments.
He was ashamed. He was he murdered his brother.
Exactly.
He was wrong.
Exactly. The Most High took his spirit from him. He went out from the presence of God. Meaning he took his spirit and he wasn't no longer dwelling with him.
Right.
Go on.
And dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden.
On the east of what?
Eden.
Remember what was in the east of Eden?
Yeah, the evil angels.
Those cherubims.
Yeah.
With the flaming sword.
No doubt.
And he went to the east of Eden. Where those cherubims. So Cain went and learned something from somewhere.
Yeah, he knew where he was going. And if I'm against the Most High, they against.
Where are you going to go to?
All right, well, yeah.
Yeah. If you're rejected of God, who else do you have to turn to?
Exactly.
Satan. So that's his first introduction of Satan on the earth. And that's Satan's first introduction to his children on the earth. You have God's children, and you have Satan's children.
Yes, sir.
And you can see it today, it's evident by the series of events that's happening in the world we live in today. Go on.
And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch.
So Cain knew his wife because why? There's more than one or two people in the garden. God just doesn't talk about all the multitude of people. There's the sons of God, you have the sons of men, and the sons of the wicked, which is Cain's lineage. Cain's the sons of the wicked.
He's talking about a specific lineage, bloodline.
Go on.
And he builded a city.
Why would you build a city if there's no other people in that area?
Right.
You built a city for people to dwell in.
Why would he be marked for people to know?
Exactly. There you go.
Who he was. Who was looking at the mark.
Exactly. Go on.
And called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch.
Go on.
And unto Enoch was born Irad. And Irad begat Mehujael.
Now let's go to verse 21.
Verse 21. And his brother's name was Jubal. And was the father of all such as handled the harp and organ.
So his brother's name was Hubal. Well, this is Cain's descendant now. We're going down the lineage.
Yes, sir.
And one of his descendants was Jubal. He was given the knowledge and science, the understanding of instrumentation, musicianship. That's why it says he was the father of all such as handled the harp and organ.
Yes, sir.
He was given the knowledge, the information, the technology, or the science behind music. So we look at the world of back then as something that's completely separate. What happened in the past is what's happening now.
Yes.
The world that we live in today is the world that we lived in yesterday. It's no difference. There's no new thing under the sun. Exactly what's happened today is exactly what's happened back then.
An open discussion.
It will be the same as the days of Noah. Yeah. Let us get through the bill, and I got you at the end. All right. But yeah, brother, go ahead, continue.
Now let's go on.
Verse 22.
Now, so check this out. So it says he was the father of all such as handled the harp and organ. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 14.
My boy Isaiah. No doubt, bro. But I got you. But I definitely understand where you're going with the this music thing is. I mean, the devil was in control of it from the beginning, but it really descended from the Most High. So I don't know if he just used it for bad.
Yeah, music, like I said, could use as an instrument for good.
Yeah.
But it could also be used as for bad if you know how to manipulate it.
Yes, sir.
Ezekiel 28 start at verse 1.
Ezekiel chapter 28 verse 1. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus.
So Tyrus is just another hip word for Tyre. Tyre back then, or Tyrus, was a seacoast, or like I said, one of the major trading stations.
Yeah, the land of Tyre.
Like Tyre or Phoenicia. So it's like your Amazon or your Walmarts of today. So America is called the Prince of Tyrus because why? America globally is responsible for the import as well as export.
Yeah, the trade.
The trade system.
Maritime law and everything over the land and water. They was everywhere. I got you.
That's why God calls him the Prince of Tyrus.
Okay.
Go on.
Thus saith the Lord God, because thine heart is lifted up.
Thy heart is lifted up because why? In pride. They not only own the trading system, the import, the export. They not only control the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank. They control the stocks, the stock market. They control everything. Their heart is lifted up with riches, with power, with the politics, the religion, the democracy. They're lifted up in pride. Go on.
And thou hast said, I am a God.
They said, I am God. Look at me. Look at the medical advances that I contributed to. Look at the science that I've created. Look at the ability. Look what other person was able to go to the moon. Look at the scientific advancements. I am God. I'm the one that tell you how life came about through the Big Bang Theory. I'm the one that tell you evolution, how human beings came about.
On top of that, I can create life.
I can create life, exactly. I can split DNA. I can split cells. I can clone things. You need a heart? I'll give you a heart. I'm God. You need a leg? I'll patch you up a leg.
It's not your time.
Yeah.
We're going to extend it.
Exactly. You need eyesight? I'll give you sight.
We're going to put your consciousness in this metaverse.
Exactly.
In this computer. You know,
exactly. I'm God. And matter of fact, when you go to church and you pray on Sunday, you're not going to pray to the one and true God, but you're going to pray to me. You're going to pray to that white image that I created to be what? An image within you think is God. Go on.
I sit in the seat of God.
I sit in a seat of judgment. I pass judgment. I'm your Supreme Court. I'm your judges. I'm your lawyers. I sit in a Senate seat. I sit in a judicial seat. I sit in the churches. I'm the Pope. I sit in what?
In the seat of God.
I sit in the seat of judgment. I pass the laws. I decide whether or not you get to live or you get to die.
Right.
I decide to not whether the offense that you committed is punishable or is going to be dismissed. I decide that. I decide life and death. Matter of fact, I marked whether or not you're dead. I mark the time that you're dead. And it's not until you get to the hospital is that you finally declared to be
dead. Yeah, exactly.
I sit in the seat of God.
Time of death.
Time of death. And I actually mark your time of birth. Go on.
In the midst of the seas.
In the midst of the seas, because my Navy, I control the sea waters. I control the China Sea. I control all the seas. My Navy ships is all throughout the world.
Right.
Go on.
Yet thou art a man.
God says you're nothing but a man. You bleed like every other man bleed. Go on.
And not God.
You are not God. Read.
Though thou set thine heart as the heart
in your mind, you think you're God, but you're not God. Read.
Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
Yeah, you are wiser than Daniel. You're smart, meaning you're smart. You have the knowledge. You have the science. You could interpret deep prophecies or dark sayings. You understand the signs of the times. You understand the Middle Ages. You understand the end of times. You know what's going to happen before it happens. We understand you know that. We understand that Satan gave you that knowledge. You're wiser than my prophet Daniel. That's right. Go on.
There is no secret that they can hide from
you. They can't even hide from you. You got your ego on the top. You got your telescope. You got your satellites. Nothing can hide from you. I can spot you out from mountains. I can find a terrorist in the mountains.
Yeah, they got that the new satellite. They seeing things they never seen before and finding new planets and new solar systems, and they thinking they could go back to the Big Bang and how it started and
exactly.
I mean, it's all crazy nonsense to me. They just making it up.
Exactly. And it said, there is no secret that they can hide from me. I tap into your phones. I know your likes. I created an algorithm to, based upon your conversations, to advertise your likes.
We was literally just talking about that outside. I was just literally telling them, my uncle was outside talking. I said,
it's ironic you brung it up.
Yeah, it really was. I said something about getting some camping gear for my daughter, and like maybe not even an hour and a half, hour or two later, down my Facebook feed, I started seeing things for camping.
Yeah, because they record our conversations, and people think I'm gonna live off grid. Live off grid. There's no such thing as live off grid. And they can find a damn terrorist in the mountains of Afghanistan. They can find your black ass in the woods hiding in a cabinet.
Yes, sir.
They have damn technology. They showed a Batman when they can tap into all the cell phones and use it as a sonar to tap to find your location.
Now they got the towers like every 5 miles, if that, between each other, where they can ping you everywhere you go.
You can't escape.
I went into my phone one day, right? I didn't even know. I mean, I heard about it before, but I went to somehow I went to Google and I found my travel, and it had my whole travel history every day of where I was going, tracking me left and right, the routes I took, and I said, "What the hell is this?" I deleted it. I just said, "Nope, I don't even know what that is." But
exactly. You can't.
It's still there.
It's still exactly.
I'm deleting. That's just a peace of mind, but they still follow me.
They said there is no secret that they can hide from thee. You can't hide anything from this man. You can't. That's what God said. Because why? He says, "I am God. So I know your thoughts."
Just be righteous, then.
That's it. Stop. That's it. Just be righteous. Don't try to do things on the slick. Thinking that, the government's trying to track me. They know who you are. They know. They listening to you if they wanted to.
That's the only way we can win it.
Yeah, you got these drug dealers and kingpins. They allow you to sell your drugs. They allow you to do business in their country. If they want to put you down, they can stop. Listen, they can shut Chicago down in one day if they wanted to.
The prison system is big business.
Exactly. Now let's jump down to verse. So this will just establish the person which we're talking about. Go to verse 13.
Verse 13. Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God.
So he's talking about Cain. Now the same person, the spirit that was operating today in a white man, it's the same spirit that was operating in Cain. Remember, Cain is Esau regenerated. It's the same spirit on the earth. Cain, you have the descendants of Cain. I'm not sure if you saw the movie Noah.
Yeah.
The previous movie. Remember, it says
Russell Crowe.
Yeah. Remember, I'm not sure. Remember when Cain killed Abel, they show a black smoke covered the earth, and they says when Cain's descendants came in power, evils multiplied in the earth. And they said the descendants of Cain's children. These are Cain's children.
Yes, sir.
Just like today, it's Esau's children. The same people. Cain's children is the one that caused the sons of God to go off. We think that what happened? What's happening today happened back then.
They was the ones laying with the angels. And
we were laying.
We did too.
No, we were the sons. We were the angels. Remember, the angels just means sons of God. Same thing, interchangeable. We were the angels back then, meaning we were the sons of God. Sons of angels, the angels or the sons of God is interchangeable.
Okay.
So we were laying with Cain's descendants.
Okay.
Interracial marriage.
Yeah,
Same thing. So we was having sex with women opposite of other nations. No different. That's why when you read Genesis, what happened back then is happening exactly now. But only difference, back then, God flooded the earth. Today, he's going to destroy with fire. Nothing different. Nothing new under the sun. Go on.
Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was thy covering. The sardius, topaz, and the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, and the carbuncle in gold.
Cain had access to the resources of the land, just like the white man has access to the resources of the lands. Through his colonialization, he has resources to Africa by mining it, by raping the resource and stealing it for countries that it doesn't belong to. It's the same thing. He has wealth. Cain had wealth back then in his descendants, just like Esau or America has wealth in his descendants.
He built the first city.
Exactly. Go on.
The workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes.
Of thy what?
Pipes.
Thy tabrets is a musical instrument, and thy pipes, go on,
was prepared in thee.
Was given to you. That knowledge and information of how to manipulate music or use it for your overall agenda was prepared in thee.
Right.
That knowledge was given to thee. Go on.
In the day that thou was created.
In the day that thou was created. Now let's go to Revelation chapter 18, verse 12. So just like it was prepared in Cain, that same knowledge was given to the white man. And that's why he understands frequencies. And we was talking about that last time.
No doubt. I was definitely going into that. Me and my cousin, we went to in it when we was talking about the certain hertz that the world resonated, and we figured out it was 4.32 hertz. That's what we should be writing on. Or making music on, period. They changed the vibration. That's why the music feel different.
It does.
From how grandmama and them old school joints come like, like,
you want to vibe, you smooth, you relax.
They put us on a whole different vibe, a mind frame. They control it. Once they start really understanding, like, hold on, these vibrations, these certain tones, this whatever. They got experiments where they put like water or like salt over like speakers. And they bang and it actually comes out like a snowflake,
like an image, right?
Yeah, like you know how like no snowflake is the same. How they all fall from water being creation is like when you set a certain vibration or tune over it could be salt or whatever they put over the speaker. It jumps into a shape.
Give me a second. That's geometry. Yeah, that's heavy what you're saying about in terms of the frequencies, and it was shown that when you increase it, it keeps on changing images.
Yes, sir.
The image of a voice.
And it can make you ill and sick. If you raise your vibration, it can make you healthy.
Yes,
but
it can.
Too high is bad. You gotta have a balance. No doubt, brother.
Yeah, that's heavy because, like I said, during the Dark Ages, when we used to rule, we used to use, I think it was a lyre or something. It was like a 6-string instrument.
Oh yeah, you know you talking about the joint that used to go like that? The Moors played that.
The Moors, our ancestors.
Yes, sir.
And there's a certain frequency or vibration from the string instrument. They used a certain string that was able to evoke a certain vibration that was able to cure diseases. Just from the frequency, I don't know what it did, but our fathers had knowledge of how to use it for good. But it shows you,
they could even heal once we get this vibration thing and this God understanding. We would never understand God.
No.
But the understanding like of the vibration, we'll be able to. It's knowledge He gave to us that we just forgot.
Exactly.
You know, so we just relearning what we already knew.
Exactly. Yep.
And people try to hide it from us. It's called like hidden knowledge now.
Exactly.
All right, no doubt.
Read that real quick.
2nd Ezra, chapter 5, verse 37. Open me the places that are closed, and bring me forth the winds that in them are shut up. Show me the image of a voice.
He said, the angel says to Ezra, show me the image of a voice.
Wow.
Because there's vibrations and frequencies that the voice that exuberates. So he says, show me the image of the voice. You know what the white man said? Don't worry, I'll show you the image of the voice. I'm going to manipulate the frequencies to show you the image. And that's why they'll show the different images, the snowflakes. It kept on changing. I was like this. They raised it and it kept on changing. I said, oh, snap. And they was actually able to show, they was saying, in the water experiment.
Yeah,
They were saying that if they could do this to water, imagine.
They talking about healthy and bad water.
Mm-hmm.
Changing the water from changing the. I don't even know. I don't want to say the emotion of the water. If a water has most, emotions, but they could change the. I don't want to how it feels. I don't know, but whatever that is that they doing, they changing the presence of the water from negative to positive.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it has that same effect on us.
And we're made of, like they said, 80% or more of water. So think about it. If they can do that to water, how much more can they do that to the human body?
These frequencies, why are all these towers everywhere? They sending out frequencies.
Yeah, and they're making us sick. When they see the 5G towers.
Cancer.
Yeah, cancer. They have an effect on you. Mm-hmm. Yes, they do.
These phones, everything,
Everything has an effect of us negatively, and they're using it the wrong way.
You heard when they said sleeping with the TV on could cause you to die earlier?
Damn, never heard of that.
Oh, man, I'm going to show you that too, actually. No, that's just crazy. You just fall with the TV, or you might be watching something they're saying they falling asleep with the TV on could cause you to die earlier. The waves, the waves you picking up that's coming in your house from a TV. So these waves and these tones and these vibrations we being affected.
We're being affected.
It's like because we have a certain aura that we have that expands, and we have energy that interacts with everything that's around us, and you can feel people energy, you can feel whatever, and all these electronics and everything is having an effect on us.
Yes, it is.
It's like boom, boom. Like if you go out into nature, you can actually kind of get a peace of mind.
Yes.
Because your mind is constantly working against everything that's going on. But if you tap into the natural type of, but you really gotta you gotta leave the phone. You gotta leave
everything behind.
Yeah, you gotta kind of get away. You need a day to kind of process. That second that you might actually be alright. But yeah, it's just crazy, man. But they definitely messing with us, and it's the devil's work because he understands those tunes and the music and everything and how it affects us to use it against us.
Yep, 100%. I agree 100% with that. Revelation 18 verse 22.
Revelation chapter 18 verse 22.
So we're reading in Revelation 18 the demise of Babylon the Great, which is America.
Yes, sir.
Read.
In the voice of harpers.
In the voice of harpers, your musicians, go on.
And musicians. And the pipers.
And the pipers.
And trumpeters.
And the trumpeters. Why is it saying the voice of harpers, your pipers, your trumpeters, your musicians, go on?
Shall be heard no more at all in thee.
So that same power, that same knowledge, information, the science behind the music that Cain had access to is the same information that the white man obtained by him worshiping Satan. Because think about it, Satan gave the white man his power. People don't think it's a joke, but now people start to see it. The entertainment industry, the music industry, Hollywood, everything. People are seeing the satanic images and the satanic messages that's being reverberated throughout the radio stations, and people say, "Wait a minute, this is evil."
Yeah,
people start to see it. You have the signs, the hexagram, the symbols, the Baphomet.
It's a lot of brothers that's starting to say this. Drill music is demonic.
Yo, I think it's wicked.
No, it's changing. It come from a demonic. It's like I was saying last time. The tones of it, the deeper bass and the rock. It's like that devil rock stuff. It's like the same type of stuff to where they just catching this. They just catching our wave a little bit and just like we
fast.
just gonna put it in
boom,
there.
Boom, 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 boom. And you look at it, it's like, it's all killing. It's all murder. It's like, how do we get from making love music?
How you got this many bodies? First of all, like every bar is a shot and you killed somebody.
Exactly.
Like, it's not even really believable anymore. But these kids, they picking up on it and they just thinking they living like it, and it's just real bad down in the city. Yeah, it's just real bad right now. And they got the kids. We got to snatch our kids' minds back from the devil, and then everything they getting corrupted from everything that they watching from Disney. You can't hide from it.
Exactly.
If they watch anything, it's propaganda, and they putting something. So you just gotta put into them like the understanding, like this is what this is, or whatever.
You gotta teach them
state of mind, and that's one thing that I do appreciate like a lot of people got to spend more time with their family doing like, you know, the pandemic was bad, but it put a lot of people in the home, and everybody had to kind of get to know each other and get to, you know, people were spending more time with their families and their kids and stuff like that, and it definitely. People got to see who they was and what the kids was being learned and teachers. You had to teach the kids during the pandemic with the teacher on the monitor and hear what they saying to them and everything. And you like, what? It's no boys or girls. What? Look, I just heard something to where the school was about to get sued, right? Because one of the girls that's going to the school, she identifies as a furry, right? So she wanted.
I think I heard about that.
She wanted the litter box in the bathroom. So she could go to the bathroom. So the school had to install a litter box. Not install,
bro.
This is put a litter box.
We're living the days of Arkham.
Yes, in the school bathroom, so the girl could use the bathroom because she identified as a furry.
Sin lives at the door.
You
see how far sin will take you? The dorms?
If you don't say no.
Yeah, think about it.
It'll take you right over that ledge.
And it all started with feminism.
Yes, sir.
It started with feminism. Allowing the woman to operate out of her natural state. It allowed homosexuals or men to operate in women.
And they're their main supporters. You know, and then but soon as they have a problem with them, they quick to go against them too.
Yep.
You mean a woman quick to say, "Oh, well, you," like they'll come right at I don't need the man, a gay man. That's what I'm going to say. They'll come at a gay man and just be like, "Oh, well, you gay anyway." You don't know. But when they their best friend, like I see it online all the time, I'll be like, "Why is these women support?" Like I didn't know. One thing I got with me is like two things. Black women is like the number one supporter of like gay men, and they became the face of abortion. I don't know how that happened.
Because they was able to successfully make men in their own image. If they couldn't be the man, they couldn't reach that pinnacle. They say, you know what? I'll bring the goalpost to me. That's why women support gay men, because they hate the black man having power over them and being submission to them. That's why they love gay men. That's why they lift them up. Because they don't want that black man Adam to rule over her. It's all the Eve's children.
Yes.
Eve's daughters.
Yes.
We're battling Eve, and a black woman. I love us. I love our sisters, but our sisters have to understand their own nature, their own deceptive nature that's been part of them, and it's our job as men to claim or take hold of our family.
Yeah, we gotta lead it. We gotta literally take hold of our families and lead them, because these women are just run wild with the family.
Yo, bro, look at what they're doing now. Look at the community.
Most all these young boys that shoot and everything come from single mothers' homes. And I mean, I don't know what that says about them or what that says about us, because all our sons is out here. We still are brown. I mean, some of us might be in jail, but
guess what?
They raised by the women. I get that too.
We're still around. But those ones that are still around are the same ones that was raised by another single mother. From the time the father was taken
off emotion.
Yeah, so we're saying the father's right. Those are not fathers. Those are little children that's growing and growing. Yeah, they're still
still boys.
They're still boys in a grown body.
Kids,
the same emotions that the mother instilled from youth. It wasn't to the 60s. Like I said, the 60s we had strong black men in the household. Ever since the plots and ploys that's been practice or instituted within our neighborhood to bring the black father out of the household from that time period, and a woman accepted feminism, is when the women started raising these black fathers that they hate. The very men that they hate.
But claim to be raising them in the type of man that they want. And instead of raising the man that they need.
Exactly. They don't want the man that they need. They want the man that they want. A man that they can rule over.
And they image, how they see fit.
Let us make man in our image, not God's image. Let's make him homosexual. Let's make him flamboyant, emotional. Why don't you get in touch with your emotions?
That's where all this shooting come from.
It's emotional men.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna kill you. So what happened to scrapping? What happened to talking? That's where you can exert. So a gun makes you strong. Anybody can shoot, you know. You got a gun. We all. What's up?
Civilians shoot.
Yeah. So that makes you tough to be able to shoot a gun.
Not at all. Anybody.
Tough men were men like Stokely Carmichael. Tough men Tough men were men like Marcus Garvey that stood against the powers, that was able to gather millions of black men and instill some type of pride or nationalism in them. Tough men were men like Malcolm X that stood for what he believed, even though we understand that it was the wrong message, but he stood for the people, he loved the people. Tough men or strong men were men like Huey P. Newton. You have men like Fred Hampton. These are men that stood against the powers. They stand on their convictions. They stand on the convictions. They die for the conviction. Those are men, not these young boys. These little Nas X, this little Yachty, Little Wayne, all little. You notice that everybody's called little nowadays? Because they're little in mind, mentality. They're all boys. They're all boys. What is that? Little Yeezy, I don't know, little young Dirk. Everything's little, a young boy, this young boy, young butt, young little baby. Yeah. It used to be for the young boys. And now it's just like the grown men, like, yeah, I'm little, or I'm young, yeah. No, man, we grown men with beds. Yeah, exactly. No doubt, bro. Read that again, Revelation 18, verse 22. Read that.
And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee.
Why? Because God said, the reason why God is illuminated that these things, the instrumentations, the musicianship, the musicians, as well as the instruments that go along with it. Because why? America uses the music to alter or manipulate as well as control the black community. And we can see that through history. From the 60s, you have freedom fighter music. You have baby making music and freedom fighter music.
Sam Cooke.
It's Sam Cooke, A Change Gonna Come. We went from freedom fighter songs to making babies in the bed. That's what we went to. Then the 80s, that's what I'm saying. This man understands how to change or lead or people in the direction that he wants them to go. He put drugs in the community.
Yeah, and then even in the 90s is well known now in the hip hop community that the MTV, everybody had a meeting and came together.
Yes.
We're gonna push this gangster rap.
We're
gonna change from like the De La Souls and like the Ryan DMC. Even if some they had a little flavor to them, but it wasn't that. When the NWA came out, it was just something completely
that was
different, and they pushed it. I mean, it was what we were seeing, but they put it on like a whole different type of level to where it made people want to be that.
Exactly.
It wasn't always like that. Certain people was, raised not right or whatever in the community or whatever, and then they grew up and then they went down a certain path. Like I'm guessing that's how it was like in the 70s. I don't think it was really promoted because I think the family was really promoted back then. It got to a certain space to where they don't even promote the family no more.
No,
they don't even want the family. The nuclear black family is
They don't promote the family because they're being taught to swallow the family.
Even at the BLM, they whole
Nicki
thing
Minaj,
was destroying
the Cardi
the
B's.
family. Yeah.
The family
and that's down. Crazy.
Throat babies.
Yeah.
That's what families go.
Facts, so man, you talking facts, brother.
Go on, read on.
And no craftsman, or whatsoever craft he be, shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee.
So he's showing you that, God is showing you that they understand the science and knowledge, the technology, how to manipulate sound and how to evoke certain emotions and how to alter your personality, your characteristics, as well as mood. David knew how to do it. We gotta know how to do it righteously. Give me that in 1 Samuel chapter 16. So we have this, we always had this knowledge. And we used it for our benefit. We used it to evoke beneficial characteristics. Good emotional feelings.
Even like something like it's blowing like the Rams horn.
Exactly.
It sets a tone and it puts you in there. Oh yeah, we getting ready to go.
Yeah, we're going ready to go to war. Yeah.
Like
if you hear two sounds, that's war. That's why you hear this music. That's fight music. That's DMX. You fight.
Exactly.
Think about it. When you're driving sometimes, and you put that one song on, you say, "Damn, I want to drive faster." You get a ticket.
That's facts, dog.
And then you have certain songs. We all know that. We all did. A lot of us did it when we was younger. You put in a song on like, "I was getting some," and you already knew. You put that song on to get some. You know what? Or you put a song on. If you don't put the right song and set the right tone, mood, in a situation, I'm talking about in a worldly sense.
Yeah, I understand.
We repenting of that.
Yeah, you can mess that bag up. You don't set the mood right.
Yeah. You put on the wrong music. I'm not feeling this. You know, there's a music that sets a certain tone that evokes certain type of sexual, sexual attention. So music is everything. You know, it's calming. They be like, yo, you need to calm down. We need to calm down. What do? You listen to calm, smooth music. You know, you listen to some Lauren. When you want to get deep in your feelings, listen to some Lauryn Hill. You know what I'm saying?
I love Lauryn Hill. Yes, sir.
You know, so you look. If I'm studying, what do you listen to when you study? You listen to hip hop when you're studying, or do you listen to your more soothing music when you're doing work? Some people listen to classical music. They say, they'll say if you play classical music to a child, it evokes some type of intelligence. You know, if you play Mozart. Why do they say these things? Because they did studies. Go on.
And the level of music into it that's being played. I feel like if you raise them in a high level standard, they have to live at that standard, and they going to only just take that standard higher. You know, if you have a low bar, you're just gonna have a low bar. But if you set there, you rise it, they're gonna meet it.
Got that?
1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 14. But the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him.
So the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and an evil spirit, when God takes a spirit from you, Satan lieth at the door. Go on.
And Saul's servants said unto him, Behold now, an evil spirit from God troubleth thee. Let our Lord now command thy servants, which are before thee, to seek out a man who is a cunning player on a harp. And it shall come to pass, when the evil spirit from God is upon thee, that he shall play with his hand, and thou shalt be well.
Go on.
And Saul said unto his servants, Provide me now a man that can play well, and bring him to me. Then answered one of the servants, and said, Behold, I have seen a son of Jesse the Bethlehemite, that is cunning in playing, and a mighty valiant man, and a man of war, and prudent in matters, and a comely person, and the Lord is with him. Wherefore Saul sent messengers unto Jesse.
Now jump to verse 23.
Verse 23. And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from God was upon Saul, that David took an harp, and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed, and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him.
You see the power of music? When God put an evil spirit on Saul for disobeying his commandments, he said, he understood the power of music. He said, get him a cunning man of the harp that's able to play the harp. He understood that in order to get this evil spirit off of me, I need to find a musician that can play soothing music to get that tension or that spirit off of me. That's why you have a spirit of anger. Guess what? You listen to calm, cool, collective music, it's able to bring you down. Can you imagine getting in a fight and listen to Mozart's?
Right, exactly.
Can you get in a fight, imagine listen to Beethoven or Debussy?
It's a different type of, it puts you in a certain type of mindset that you're not even thinking about fighting.
No, you're not. You can't fight to that music. You're thinking about it. I'm gonna put classical music on. Let's fight. You're like, nah. Let's take a ready check on that. Let's put on some drill.
No, thanks though.
You gotta literally hype yourself up. In certain clubs, that's why in rock concerts you have what is called a mosh pit.
Yeah.
What is a mosh pit for? For fighting.
Yeah.
They invokes that type of energy.
And they allow that at rock concerts and stuff. We get to fighting at a hip hop concert.
Yeah.
Well, somebody might die too. They just be punching and spinning. I was watching one video, boy just was in the circle, just spinning around with his fists like this, socking people. I said, I can't.
Crazy,
man.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, it's mind control. I'm telling you, music controls your mind.
Yeah, it does though. It has a very it has an effect on us.
Think about it. How do we get to the point that there's so much violence in our community? How do you get to the point where you have young brothers riding around talking about how many people's bodies they have? Yeah. When did the music ever turn to? You saying it earlier, in terms of the give me evil communications. how in the 1990s, how they had that meeting, and people say, "Oh, that's just a conspiracy theory." No, it's not.
No, that happened. That's facts.
Music changed completely. You had
it went from hip hop to gangster rap.
Yeah. How?
That was the music.
How, Sway?
Oh, we ain't even gonna give you no deal now unless you sound like this.
Yeah. That's because you had in the 80s. You have when hip hop was popular in the Bronx. You had African Bambaataa, Cool Herc. You have, and then you have the Public Enemy. You have KRS-One.
All of
they was talking about consciousness. The things happening.
Eric B, Rakim. Yeah, listen, man. You had all them brothers, and they was spitting.
Yeah.
I saw. You had a lot of brothers that was. It wasn't all this shoot 'em up. Bang, bang. It was some of them might have been chilling with girls and vibe, but it's still a good time. Nobody's dying. We not hurting nobody. Like, you know what I mean? It was a different type of vibe, and it just changed to something different. Even in the 90s, it was still a little brother still had the lyricism, but I think they don't even care about the lyrics no more.
No, they don't.
It sound like most of these young boys, they just talking on the track.
And it sounds like chanting a lot of the stuff you hear.
Walk them down. Hit them. Bang. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's mind manipulated music. It's mind control. People say, "Oh, mind control." It is real.
Yeah.
They could have. There was a young boy. Where was it? In Chicago. I forgot where it was. This guy just started winning on a shooting spree.
Yeah.
Randomly, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they said it was like a GTA killing spree.
Young black brother.
Wow.
He just went around killing. What do you think about it? What will evoke somebody or provoke somebody just to go around shooting people up for no reason?
I don't know. I've been seeing a couple of videos of these young brothers in Philly.
They out of control.
And no, but check this out though. Some of the scene, I know they all wearing masks now, but if you got ops, you should be on point. They walking by random people, but it's like white dudes, ladies, or whatever, and they just walking by and they just turn around and they just shooting them, bang, bang, bang. Now, for me, in my mind, I'm like, yo, this got to be some type of gang initiation type of thing that's going on with these young brothers. That's why it's so random shootings and, people getting away. It's just
more than likely.
I don't know what they got going on, but we got to figure it out and we got to stop it now because it's all these young boys is getting caught up in it and then they shooting. In my neighborhood, they just shot a young boy that was 13 in his head 6 times. 8th grade. I went to the visual at Wagner Middle School yesterday. My peoples are whatever because my best friend, his daughters and them go to Wagner and they knew the boy, so I'm riding with him. He got to pick up the kids. He like, you want to go with me past the vision? I'm like, no, they know the young boy that got hit 6 times in his head. We went to the school. They got the cops and everything out there. All these people out there. They releasing the balloons and everything. But it's just crazy. Our young brothers can't just play and be safe.
Yeah. What can a 13-year-old do so bad that will cause you to put him to death?
It's not.
What could he have done at the age of 13? 13 years on this earth.
It comes to jealousy and then it comes to emotion. That's what I'm thinking. It's just he stepped on my sneaker. I'm gonna shoot him. Like you think you gotta just shoot. I don't even know how they feel about rumbling no more. I don't even know how we used to rumble.
Listen,
we used to talk about remember when you got him and you stomping in like. But it was cool. We got to live and then sometimes we even became friends.
Yeah, you did become friends. Exactly. No, you shook him in the eye. Cool.
I mean, that's facts.
Yo, to the point now, it's not even like standing up for yourself or being manly. It's like to the point like, I'd rather just walk away. Yeah. Because you get into a fight nowadays.
But that's manly.
Yeah, now it's manly to walk. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I got more to. It's not really.
It's getting to the point you can't even fight. You say, if I get into a fight with this, even say you try to self-defense, somebody might pull something out on you and put you to death.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So it's like, stay to myself. Oh, you punk. You got this.
Yeah.
I'm going home to my family safe.
Yeah. No,
whatever makes you feel good about yourself, whatever words you think that's going to change me and provoke a reaction to me. To get what you want, I'm going home.
They won't even fight, brother.
No.
Some of them, I mean, I don't got the young boys fighting, and then the young boys is the ones that's doing.
Yeah, they do all the killing.
Who is giving them all these guns?
We know.
Where are they? With switches?
Yo, you know what? Check this.
Where are they? Don't know how to do it. They don't know how to. They can't even go buy a gun.
they show that you want to say something? There was a train. There was a video of a train in Chicago that was just sitting there on crates of guns. There's another a news reporting of a teacher or a crates of guns being sent to a school. They said, "Oh, you did hear about that?" In Philly. They said that was the wrong address. Yeah. Now we know.
FedEx, so we didn't mean to send it there or whatever because somebody picked it up.
We sent the accident to it's in the hoods. Or they'll leave vans or even or trucks.
Yeah, but with guns. Or they'll leave them in the alleyway. They got stories about kids following boxes of guns and passing them around.
How does a kid get a gun? How does a 12-year-old, 9-year-old? There's a video on YouTube. You see little kids going in the gym. All of them had ratchets, guns.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that shit called like
that's money.
Yeah,
you know how much money that costs? I'm talking about $300, $400.
And they got ladders.
Yeah.
With hollows.
How they getting this stuff? They getting it. I'm telling you, somebody's distributing it. Yeah. They're not paying for it.
They can't be paying for it at all. That's why I think it's some type of gang thing or whatever. And even when it's so many guns around right now that's illegal. Where are they coming from?
Exactly.
Where are all these guns coming from? That's why we on the record, man. We broke the record like the last 3 years in a row for Philly.
Listen,
we on our way to breaking it again this year.
Listen, I only drive my worst car to people think I'm playing. I said, nah. I said, I'm driving my worst car. I'm prepared at any moment. I said, I don't trust you niggas. You guys are wilding out right now.
Man, look,
I think you taking this thing to a whole nother level. It's not even. This shit ain't cool anymore. No, it's never been cool.
You don't even want to raise your family in.
Nah. Absolutely not.
Because it's like you can't even go nowhere and have a good time. You just want to go out and hey, let's go watch the game or whatever. And, right? Do. Damn. So
over.
That's what it is, brother. Well, we coming to anything else you want to tap in on, bro? Before we get out of here.
One scripture real quick. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 33.
1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
So people are deceived. They think that, oh no, the music that I listen to, it's not going to have an effect on me. It does have an effect on you. How is it that, you see the crime in our neighborhoods getting worse and worse? The abortion is getting higher and higher. The STD rate is getting larger and larger. It's because, like I said, the spirits that they're illuminated in us is provoked by the music that we listen to. Right. You had Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. Think about it. This is the representation of what a woman should be.
Right.
Or how a woman should act.
Women musicians in the world.
Yeah.
Making the most billions of views.
Exactly.
They just putting themselves out there and the little girls is, man,
they're eating that
listen to it.
Hell no.
No, we not rocking.
Hell, think about it. You have these young girls, their first teacher of sex education is through wet ass pussy. I'm telling stuff that, I stopped listening to it, but some of the lyrics talking about throat babies, deep throated, all these vile, disgusting.
And the craziest thing about that, she's a wife. And she got kids. As soon as she came in the game, she got married, got pregnant. And I was just looking at a video Offset just put up. He was like, she talk all that, but...
she's mopping and cleaning. Get your ass to clean that room. And she would listen, let her daughter listen to her music. Her fans caught on to that her music played, and her daughter walked in the room, she turned it off. He said, you can't listen to that, mommy. That's crazy. She understands her effect, but these young little girls are growing up on music and they're being over-sexualized. They're being over-sexualized.
Their parents let them hear it, though.
Yes.
She's my daughter can't hear that. Like Steve Jobs, he didn't let his kids play with the iPod. Or the iPad.
That's crazy.
Or whatever.
He understands the effects. He understands. They understand. They know what they're making.
Listen. Do you take one of these iPads away from these kids?
Yeah. That's on my daughter. She don't during the weekdays. There's no TV time. It's education. It's reading.
Yeah,
it's going over scriptures with me at nighttime. I read a bedtime story. Christ.
Yes.
I read the gospel for the bedtime story. That's what you're gonna read. You're gonna do your school, your education. You're gonna play your dolls. You're gonna know between good and evil, right and wrong. That's what you're gonna learn. And you get one day out of the week, Sunday, to watch TV not during the school day. That's all I'm gonna give you.
Yeah.
And we're gonna monitor you. We're gonna give you that one day. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's facts though. I'm the same way with my daughter, man. I really am, man. And it is beautiful. Homeschool. She's 10 and because I was young when we first decided, but I was already mentally like,
Yeah.
my daughter not going to these schools.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? We
Mhm.
you know what I mean? And we did it, and we found the way to where we can, man, it's beautiful, man. It's real beautiful, man. So if you can have the chance to homeschool your children,
do it.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's better because these other people are going to teach your children and raise them up in a certain way about how you wouldn't want them to live, and then you trying to figure out why your kid acting this type of way or going, why they're this different. Oh, they're learning this. They being around and they're being taught this. It's people imprinting themselves on your children.
Exactly.
You don't want that. So if we're not following the Most High, it's really not in my plans. Like as far as, especially when it comes to them kids.
Exactly. So that's what the Bible says. Evil communication, be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. So we got to monitor the music that we listen to. Like, for example, we have a music called Original Royalty. When we put out righteous music, we have the same beats, or we make the beats because, like I said, we understand that the beats some beats that they put out there. I remember I was walking one time, and out of nowhere, I just had a random beat that was in this song that's coming to my head. I just started this singing and rap. I'm just randomly walking, and it coming to my head. I just started singing it.
Yeah, that's how.
I'm like, what the? I said, what? I said, I haven't listened to this song for years, for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
I just started singing it, and I said, wait a minute. I said, yo, that's what the scripture says. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners.
That's the subconscious.
That's the subconscious.
That's it. It was something. It might have been a little mold. You might have felt something.
There's something that triggered that. So
like,
show me that.
I started singing this song.
Yeah.
I ain't heard this song since.
So something that I was unaware of triggered that music that was planted in my mind. Now, our minds are like antennas. It was implanted in my mind years ago, but something triggered it to come out 10 years later. So that's why it's important. People got to understand what you feed yourself is what's going to come out.
You are what you eat.
Yeah, you are what you eat. If you consume drill music, you're going to become that person. You're going to become that murderer. You're going to become that thief. If you keep on listening to Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, or what is her, the new Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah.
Or now you have another thought, or whatever you coming up.
Yeah.
Ice Spice, Box. Who is she? She got no talent. Talking about Munch.
Yeah.
And what all of them? What are they all doing? They're all twerking. They're all shaking behind. They're all over sexualizing themselves. And what does that teach the young girls?
Nothing, man. And
to be sexual deviants.
Yeah, that's what they feel like they gotta do. And I hate that aspect of the hip hop space where the women feel like they gotta sell their bodies. They can be, respected or understood in the community, like in the spaces I see it, and even like I be dealing with females in the music industry, and I come here like I had one situation which is crazy. My friend, he came through the studio one time, and I had an OG. He did like 40 years in a pen, but he had came. There's nobody here. There's somebody completely else. But he was over here, and it was she was here. I mean, she was here with her boyfriend, which was my young boy. Like, you know what I mean? So they was chilling. He was like, yo, I can help y'all out with some promotion or whatever. So they was like, cool. He was like, I like how y'all is as a couple and all this type of things like that or whatever. So they thought they was building, and I'm like, all right, cool. Cool. My peoples or whatever. And like, you know what I mean? Kind of find out after he was trying to meet up with the shorty or whatever, he started sending D-pics and Pornhub links to the girl. Yeah, like it's crazy because men do that in the industry. Like I don't even want to say I understand. Like I'm saying that's just wild because I felt disrespected because I'm like, if I bring you in my space and I'm telling you this is my folks and this is girl or whatever, and then you go behind my back and you do something like that, like I feel like that's disrespectful. Like even though that's not my woman, but you disrespecting me, disrespecting them. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just crazy the space that how these women is trying to operate in, and they do anything. I don't know if it's the pressure because I don't know. Some women might have took that opportunity. Like if this guy could do something for me in this music industry or whatever.
No morals.
Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? And that's what
it's
coming to, and that's the pressure that's put. And man, that's what like all these young boys going online,
you don't
screaming, arguing, and
you fall for
I'm
anything.
gonna kill you online and go to jail, but it's all for they put themselves out there for the. I guess that's what they call selling their soul for the game, for the industry or whatever, And some people just gotta stay on morals. Well, most people chill, but some people can't. They find themselves and they chasing their dreams and. They just lose their sight of what's important.
Can I read one scripture? I know we come to the conclusion, but that just go back to it's like you don't know. They were selling their souls, and that you're 100%. They are. A lot of them are selling souls for their lusts, for their wants, their needs, the things that are materialistic that doesn't really exist. Go on.
What scriptures?
Sirach chapter 10 verse 9.
Sirach chapter 10 verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
The Bible says there's nothing more wicked than a covetous man. A man that always wants something that he doesn't have, always desires something that he doesn't need.
Right.
A man that's always aiming for the stars with the materialistic things that have no wealth or no value. They have value in the eyesight of the man that's putting value in it. Your advertisements, your media, your social medias put value in these things, these materialistic possessions that we have. And guess what? They don't have value because you throw them out, you get the upgrade the next year.
Facts.
So it says there's nothing worse than a covetous man because this person has no morals, no principles, no values. He has nothing to stand on. Whatever the wind goes, he goes with it.
Right.
He goes with the weight. He can be easily manipulated just for his lust, his covetousness, his need to be rich. Get rich or he's going to die trying. It doesn't matter how many people he step over. It don't matter how many people he killed. It doesn't matter how many people she sleeps with. Right. How many men that she lets up in her vagina, in her secret parts. It doesn't matter how many, she sucks.
Yeah.
It's nothing worse than a covetous person because they'll sell their soul, they'll give their body, they'll give their mind, they'll give everything. You have men giving their booties up.
Yeah.
Men, and that's known facts.
Yeah.
It's coming out more and more. Men giving them the butt up, women giving the butt up. Everybody's giving the butt.
Yeah.
Everybody's giving butt. Everybody's getting butt in the industry. And the Bible's going to show you. Read on.
For such an one setteth his own soul to sell.
Such a man, a covetous man, will set his own soul to sell to get that money, to get rich. He'll die trying. Go on.
Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
His bowels just mean while he liveth, he cast away his bowels, mean he's going to bend the knee. He's going to touch the toes. While he liveth, he'll do whatever it takes to get that check, to live that lifestyle that has no value worth. And you see Kanye, you see a lot of these people that's living the lifestyle, they escape and say, yo, it's not what you think it is. They promote this lifestyle, but it's not, it's something empty about it.
Yeah, he say black people, Israelites, they try to take it.
Oh, you see that, right? Yeah, you see that, yeah.
Instagram.
Parenthood was made by Margaret Sanger, a known eugenics with the KKK to control the Jew population. When I say Jew, I mean the 12 lost tribes of Judah, the blood of Christ, who the people known as the race black really are. This is who our people are, the blood of Christ. This, as a Christian, is my belief.
Instagram and everything. And
they never took the stuff off for everything else you're saying.
But you know what really irked me? He went on to the barbershop with LeBron and the man Carter, and they decided not to put out his interview because he said hate speech. Now, the only hate speech I think he probably said was that black people was Israelites. Now, how is that hate speech?
How that hate? I'm telling you, bro.
How is that
I'm telling you.
But the people that's running, like J.P. Morgan, they get rid of him.
They cut his money off.
They don't want that information out.
Yo, think about it. Kanye West has said a lot of things. He even said on national TV that President Bush hates black people. Yeah. They didn't blackball him, man. But Kanye could be whatever he wants. White Lives Matter. President Bush, he could be for Trump. Want you to mention the Israelite? Listen, nigga.
Get in your place.
Listen, nigga.
Yeah.
You took it too far now. I didn't pay you all that money to become a billionaire to bring out truthful information.
And that's what he was saying. He was saying, as far as he's the richest black man in American history.
It's crazy.
Kanye is the richest.
What is it? 6 billion?
Something crazy.
Yeah, 6 billion.
Kanye got that.
How did he get that? That came out of nowhere.
No, because remember, not too long ago, Kim had to sell her video. It was a video game she had on an app she sold for $53 million and gave it all to Kanye. He turned it all into $3 billion. He got the Yeezys, the fashion, or whatever, and all his other little industries or whatever. But he turned all that money and flipped it. He's like an innovator to industry, to certain things, to planes, and certain, and you know, he picks up on certain things, and his
mind's like a sponge. Yeah, he just needs to be guided and directed.
Yeah, and he don't really know how to communicate it to people because he needs structure. It's like eccentric.
He needs this.
Yes, and he's trying to get to that, but he's still trying to learn that, but he still needs more. He's dealing with, from my eyes, he got so many things going on. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? But he's still trying to process the information while still being him who he is.
We'll see what's going to be his next steps, because Kanye is not one usually that backs down, but that iron hammer, he'll make you back down. Yeah. We see many celebrities. You see, why didn't the kid back down? What did
Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson. Or you have Ice Cube.
Because he got to get it. So he got to go to work for somebody. Nick Cannon get them NBC checks.
But he don't. But think about it. These guys are multi-millionaires. How much money do
he not willing to? Kanye got enough money to where he could be like.
But think about it.
I'm gonna say what
Nick Cannon has over $30 to $40 million. Listen, how much chicken can you eat?
Right. Exactly. Like, I don't think he see that at first. And he got like 11 kids now.
Yeah.
But
he's bugging it. Yo, he went off. So he went. This dude went for speaking Israelite. This guy is going. He's gone. They whatever they said to him. He said, "Yo, they did something to him. They said something.
No, he came. He said, he don't even say it no more.
Yeah, something happens. They said something.
Just because I can identify as a furry, and I can have a litter box in the school bathroom right now, right? So a white woman can say she's a black man. You can identify. A man can identify as a woman. Anybody could be any. You could be a Buddhist. You could be I'm an Israelite.
Oh no. Oh, you have a mental illness.
The problem is we the original.
That's the problem.
Israelites. So on that note, brother, man. I know you wanted to say that. Everything good? Anything y'all got coming up, or anything what's going on?
Anything? What?
So all praises to the Most High.
No doubt.
You can go on YouTube, follow us on YouTube on IUIC Philadelphia. We also have Facebook, all types of social media. If you enjoy the content that's being brought out by the leadership, just follow, like, subscribe, and share it.
All right, no doubt, man. And it was a pleasure having you brothers once again, man. I'm gonna have you right back up here in November.
All praise to the Most High.
First Thursday, we're gonna be right back, right?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna get right back on order.
Yes, we will.
All right, no doubt, brothers. So we about to go off air, and this is the Third Eye. This is the God Body Show. I'm sorry. This is your boy Third Eye World Ruger, and I got Captain Joel in here. We about to sign out, man. Shalom.
We used to scream Black Power while Heron was pushed, but at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.